So in the description, we have a good old, rhetorical question. In continuance with the last broadcast that I just made, it's weird. I already made 5 broadcasts a day total. Insane, right? Anyway, I'm thinking I gotta do something to connect with somebody else in order to get to the comedy club, or to get to the comedy location, sort of thing. Not the comedy club, even though. Anyway. The comedy club would be someplace that I would normally go, the Magic and Comedy Club, to watch other comedians or magicians, and to watch other shows, or perhaps even to be a comedian there. But that's Saturdays, Anyway, it's Thursday, and I kind of don't want to. I want to go, but I'm about 70% wanting to go. I don't want to have to travel there, though. I mean, but I will. And the thing is, will I have a ride back? Sure, probably, but I'm not really. And I could invite people to come with me, but once again, I'm not even sure if that's something I want to do. I really respect the fact that and perhaps, I think that's actually what's happening. I think I'm actually really excited, but my dream stuff, and I'm not going to say that the dream stuff is my excuse, but it just seems to be I can agree that I'm not as enthusiastic as I was in my other broadcasts, and I should still have that same enthusiasm, but I don't, and I feel like I'm moving slower and not as enthusiastic now. It just doesn't seem to matter as much to me. I was literally saying that, I want to be a comedian, the funniest comedian, because, I'm actually pretty funny and all this stuff. But in reality, I don't even want to be bothered. I don't even want to be bothered. It's not that I'm suspicious. As soon as I receive a text message, when I'm asleep, I receive a text message from a stranger about comedy, even though it was a few hours. I'm not saying that miracles don't happen, but I'm also saying that this is not, miracles. I don't think miracles happen to me in a miracle way, with consistent miracle. So I'm just well, I don't even think I should go to this. I don't even think I should give it any notice, but I've given a lot of attention to the comedy text. No pun intended, so I probably will ignore it. Because I usually ignore all the texts that I get. That's just a little fun fact about me. So, it's jolly good fun. Thank you, but no thank you, it seems like. I mean, I would like to go, just because, I feel like it would be, I guess, rude if I didn't go. And just because, I feel like there's excitement in the air that would, be thrilling for me to go there. And immediately, I'm already well, there's going to be a lot of people there, and I'm probably going to meet a lot of people, talk to a lot of people, and I'm going to be talking to them like a comedian, or talking to them like a professional. What type of face am I going to put on? An entrepreneur, the freaking physical therapist, freaking athlete. I mean, it's I don't even know how I want to be perceived. And I think that's actually funnier than the fact that I'm, weirded out by the fact that I got a random text message to go to a comedy show. And it's weird because I just see the pictures, I just see pictures of people. And, I seem I have a lot of respect. I immediately think I have a lot of respect for people. That's the first thing that comes to my head. I have a lot of respect for people. I have a lot of heart for them. I cherish them in a way. I just respect the fact that I have to be it's not it's, the thing is I immediately put on a persona. And it wasn't I was thinking about dream speed or engaging in dream modes or engaging in any of that dream stuff. It's just like, well, I don't even want to be seen other than the way I want to be seen. Or I don't want to be perceived other than the way I want to be perceived. And I think that's a little too powerful, if you ask me. I don't think it's fair that even if I were to appear in front of like a large group of people, like I still have this somewhat shy demeanor. Like, it's like I don't seem to have as much care towards the compassionate action that I have toward myself in the same type of compassionate action that I have in my work ethic. Because I'm building off the foundation of limitlessness. Not limitless, ignore that. I'm building off the foundation of just like, well, I'm this guy who's going to do these things and who's impressive and amazing in this way and is expressing himself in this way and is actually really funny, but at the same time, it's just kind of, joking around and chuckling around and literally just having fun as I am and just kind of cherishing life in a unique way. And the thing is, like, that's so much exciting and joy to me. Like, I already feel it welling up within me. And I'm like, well, I'm not going to deny that I'm a good comedian. I'm not going to deny that, that's an excellent profession for me to instill myself in, It's a excellent, and I already see, like, oh, it's an excellent career path, or an excellent, there's an excellent future timeline for that. But instantly at the same time, I'm just like, why even bother with the timeline, with the freaking, with the enjoyment of making people laugh and the enjoyment of just, making people laugh, and it's easy to me, but like, for some reason, and I guess all comedians think like, or maybe not all comedians think this way, but I think like this way. I think like this way. I think this way. I think that like, oh, why would I do something other than make them laugh, That's kind of like how deep I get into comedy. Like, it seems hilarious that these people just gather to like listen to me, and like I already know that that's hilarious because it's literally almost like, with all due respect, hilarious. It's absolutely hilarious. It's absolutely hilarious. Like, actually, I realize that that's the reason why I should probably go. I never thought about it that way. That's really cool. It's almost like the sun opens up and the sky shines and makes way for the sunshine, and just greatness and glory shines upon everything, and like everything's in the light, and everything is just revealed, and the portal opens, and unicorns fly through, and all this wonderful stuff. It's just like, I don't want to like get distracted, for example, from the fun scene that I had with the examples that I made. The video gaming industry, for lack of a better word, and I actually didn't mention comedy in my morning broadcasts, in my other broadcasts, and artwork, all that jazz, whatever, entrepreneurship, whatever. It seems like I actually want to seize people, so that's good news. It's something from deep within me that actually wants to seize the moment and seize the dream, or like when I say seize people, I mean like with the same thing that I talked about in the morning broadcast, with the raccoon, for example, and the possums. I actually didn't talk about the possums, but the opossums. The fact that there are actually people still sleeping, and the fact that I don't seem to have, like, I don't know how to say it, like the same type of patience that I have when I was asleep. I don't know what to say. Other than I don't think I have the same amount of patience I was asleep, but I definitely felt like I was asleep. It was really cool, like all morning, or not all morning, but 2 to like 7, or whenever I woke up. So, where was I going with that? I mean, I don't think that there's anything more to say, because I don't want to believe in the dream abilities, because I want to, kind of step away from it. And I think that I'm not, like, entranced by the dreams. My own subconscious dream abilities, my own unconscious dream state sort of thing. And I'm not going to write down whatever dream I had, because I don't remember anything from the dream. Oh, but then again, writing is... I can't write. That's the truth as well. Because everything I write is literally in time with creation. But I didn't mention that. Or, that sounds actually hilarious. What I mean to say is this. Everything I write is just... I just can't write, Because as soon as the ink hits the paper, it's just like... all bets are off or something, sort of thing. So... perhaps I'm saying that I give too much credit to my own handwriting, for example, and signature and all that jazz, but at the same time, I do have a lot of respect for the greatness that I have, and I think that I'm inspired by myself enough to continue to be adventurous and limitless. But, like, without a doubt, I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of obvious to see which way trends are gonna go, and it's kind of obvious to see, like, what people's tendencies are gonna be, and what they want to experience in their lives, and, the tendency of how they're gonna act, and how they're gonna move, and how they're gonna portray. And it's not that, like, I'm all about the observation of other people. I'm just like, well, I already know about the hilariousness of self-discovery. That's such a weird thing to say. But the hilariousness of self-discovery, and just the outstandingness that my own epicness has, and the impact of just my presence, is absolutely tremendous. And I think I'm just recognizing my own awareness, which is my own ability, so that's also my fault. So, well, not my fault, but that's my responsibility, that's my accountability, so I'm accountable for that. That's the thing. I don't think there's... well, I would say I don't think there's accountability. But I think there is accountability. Because everybody wants to be powerful. I want to be... I wanted to be. I kind of want to be still. But I wanted to be a leader. I want to be a leader. I want to be a leader. But at the same time, Are leaders too inspiring? Or does just people just lose their freaking minds when... well, probably. Yeah. Probably. I mean, do people just lose their minds over the fact that there's more freedom than we realize? And it's not like I'm... and this actually, I think it's kind of important to know, because I think that's actually a very important topic. Like veterans. There's a lot of respect for veterans. I think that's what this is all about. I'm next level. I gotta admit that. I'm next level. I didn't mention any of that in any of my broadcasts, so that's why I stand out. And I knew that, that was why I stand out, but it's not like I'm taking advantage, but, I'm not gonna lie, it could be considered taking advantage, so I do take responsibility for that. So, I'm not saying I'm above anybody, but I have to recognize that even though I've served the country and defended against enemies, foreign and domestic, and had all these sort of abilities and accomplishments and triumphs, I need to recognize that there are veterans that have, been defending freedom, and I'm in that class, I'm in that category, and veterans are like I think people, which isn't true, I'm not gonna lie, I think what I'm about to say is absolutely shocking. to the core. But I don't think people care about veterans. Now, bear with me when I say, like, I don't think people care about the veterans, because I actually think people do care about veterans. As a veteran, I have to see it through the eyes of a veteran, you know? So I'm not going to say that, like, and I think that's also biased, but it's like, a veteran is going to be like, I'm a veteran, sort of thing. And the thing is, like, I think there's going to be support for that type level of freedom anyway. Like, it's just next level sort of thing. Like, when I heard the word veteran before I joined the Navy, fudge, doesn't matter. But it was just like, veterans, dude, I'm not going to talk about that anymore. Anyway, I think that, yeah, I have amazing power, and there's a lot of respect, and I already know that, but I don't acknowledge that respect, even though it does go through the chain of command, sort of thing. So that's kind of where I'm at, Like, veterans have a lot of respect for me. I'm certain I have a lot of respect for veterans. I'm certain, like, there seems to be, like, some type of mutual relationship that's, like, way up there. And when I mean, like, way up there, like, there's just, I just say the R word a lot. But when it comes to veterans, and, like, it just seems like there's an instinct. For me, there seems like there's an instinct of success, and just an instinct of drive, courage. And I keep hammering at that courage, and the thing is, I keep hammering at that freedom, but I have to realize that I'm a veteran, sort of thing. Like, I never thought of myself as a veteran. I just thought of myself as, like, someone who's just way out there on his own, sort of thing. And it's like, I'm not alone as I think I am. I'm not, like, alone. I'm not literally, like, too in tune with my own abilities. And the thing is, like, I literally gotta say, and that's the thing about veterans as well, I think, supporting veterans as a veteran. People, even veterans gotta say, perhaps there are some things that we've seen some shit. I've seen some shit, but, like, I don't let it get to me, sort of thing. And that's the thing, like, I'm getting too bold, but the thing is, I've never done those things before. So I'm not, like, I'm not, like, I was a civilian, and then I became a civilian again, and I'm just not, like, and I don't have fear, I don't have, like, and the thing is, like, that's what the spirit of excellence is all about. That's what the spirit of discipline is all about. That's what the spirit of perfection is all about, is to be that drive, to be that example. And the thing is, I am my own example, and I am my own discovery of greatness. And I don't want to, like, downplay veterans as I'm crushing it. That's honestly, I think, pretty much what I'm trying to say. I don't want to downplay veterans, which is such a weird thing to say, because that's like a category. Like, I fall under the category. I'm in the category of entrepreneurs, comedians, athletes, I almost said gymnasts, whatever, all that stuff, businessmen, veterans, like, it's like as if it's a category. So, like, I'm in that category, and I just, I dominate the category. And the thing is, like, I discovered yesterday, like, how far I was willing to push it, sort of thing. But the thing is, I was actually willing to push it further, because, well, I can't really say that, but I was willing to push it further because I'm a veteran. But I didn't know that at the time, But at the same time, as a veteran, I'm willing to push the envelope a little bit further, and that's kind of what I did. But at the same time, I'm not gonna lie, like, it's really, intense. Like, the feelings that I get, the rush is real, The vibe is real. The vibe is real. I don't know how else to say it. I capitalize on it, I conquer it, I climb that mountain, I stick the flagpole in the ground, and I freaking stand and make my claim. And what could be cooler than that? See, that's the ironic thing, because actually what liberty is. That's what freedom is all about, is like taking that step forward, fighting for freedom and liberty, or not fighting, or it could just be like advocation for freedom and liberty, whatever. Fighting is a strong word, because I don't really advocate violence, even though it may happen, because people, or because I want to go crazy, like I said in my other broadcast, like I want to go crazy, like I want to go nuts, because I actually want to experience like the full effort of my heart, and then just the recognition that my brain, like I want to be just like, even though that's actually bizarre and super bold, but I actually want to be just relying on my subconscious, and then have my heart take control, and just have my heart in full control of my limbs and all that stuff, and full control of my brain. Because I'm pretty certain, even though it's kind of the same thing, me being a veteran in my broadcasts and me being not being a veteran in my broadcasts, which is bravery, or not mentioning that I'm a veteran, I think it doesn't really matter. I don't think it matters at all. I don't think it matters in terms of anything, in terms of fun, in terms of wellness, in terms of health, in terms of greatness, it doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter. You don't have to hold on to those freaking and I say lower dimensional energies, but it's just like, it's uplifting that I'm a freaking veteran who games, who plays video games, and who like, who can like look at something and then sort of like believe in the tenacity of that sort of vision. And that's kind of like what I was describing with lucid dreaming and dream mode in my other broadcasts. But more importantly, it just seems like I don't really have the energy to commit to something other than the absolute excellence that is within me, and the absolute greatness that I want to portray as an unstoppable force. And I know I'm an unstoppable force because of just this simple connection that I have with veterans. And it's not like I'm above anyone or greater than anyone. It's just that I consistently have developed the habits of, fighting for freedom and defending against enemies, foreign and domestic, and developed habits of success. Developed habits of success, and it's when things arrive on me, when things pop up in my field of awareness, I'm going to pay attention to it, I'm going to notice it, and I'm going to take mark of it. And, it's not like, perhaps that is probably more terrifying than anything, even though there's no such thing as fear. But, like, I'll take stock of it, sort of thing. Like when I get my emails, and when I get my whatever information that comes from an external source. It's hilarious, actually. Wow. I'm so tired, I can't even laugh anymore. Wow, I can't believe how funny that actually was. Wow, that was actually really funny. Wow. Gosh. So, the thing is, like, when people, like, or I say when people, but, like, no one, like, that's a comedian's sort of, like, layup, like, when people do this, or, and I say comedians layup because I think it's okay when I think comedians are allowed to make fun of people. I think so. But also there's more aspects of comedy. There's more aspects of, what do they call it? Than we're actually aware of. So, dude, I just feel really, oh man, I just feel really rested. Oh, such a good sleep. I'm not gonna lie, I needed that so much. Anyway, like, straight to business, like, I don't really care to be in the same sort of field as that's so boring. What I'm trying to say is I don't care to be in the same kind of field as excellence, but that's not really what I care about at all. Like, being amongst greats for example, being amongst great entrepreneurs and being amongst great, like, Renaissance leaders and being amongst great leaders and revolutionaries and being amongst great trailblazers. I'm actually more impressed with myself than I care to admit. And it's not even cockiness either. I mean, with all these great things that I've done, with all the great things that I do, with the courage that I have, like, just the courage alone, like, I sense an importance of doing the things that are risky. And the thing is, like, I kind of am stepping away, from being more, or being not, or being timeline jumpy, sort of thing. And what I mean by timeline jumpy is, like, we have the ability to, like, create, like, really expansive things that aren't necessarily in timelines. Like, for example, my 11-year campaign, because I'm going to be the president in 11 years, 10 years, or whatever, I can, inspire the generations now to be able to create things and stuff like that. And I can be, like, the leader that's able to do so many unique things in the country, for the country. And I'm able to be a leader that's able to be a good leader. And that's also something that I notice isn't necessarily mentioned. Like, there isn't any celebration and highlighting of any leaders. We don't have like a fearless leader that we really like or really appreciate. We don't have, like, a leader that we all know. I mean, probably Mathis is pretty close. Or I probably should say General Mathis. That's probably the closest guy, I would say, to, like, just hardcore, like, just, like, hardcore, like, awesome badassery. I think that's the closest thing to badassery. But the thing is, like, we don't really have a leader, or, like, a figure, or, like, we don't really have a guy who's like, this guy is real. Like, this guy is able to actually lead people and wants to help people, wants to serve people, wants to be of service, wants to be a leader, and can actually have the ability to lead, and has all this, and just has the ability to lead, and actually has support from the masses to support them in their endeavors in the fullest, unique, most expansive and creative and productive way possible. And there's, like, a symbiotic relationship. There's a biological relationship between the leader and the masses, sort of thing. And I think there isn't a guy like that. There isn't a guy where people just go absolutely crazy for. They'll just believe with all their hearts. There isn't a guy like that, There isn't a guy where people can put all their trust into, There isn't a guy where people can give all their heart and all their mind and all their body and all their effort into, and all their soul into, and all their hardcore work into. There isn't a guy where, people can just be led on, like, a cloud of excellence, and then just continue to sail and soar and succeed through life. There isn't a guy like that, There isn't that hardcore leader that people will follow no matter what. And the thing is, I'm not saying that I want to be that leader. I'm saying that we need a leader who's able to do the crazy things to have people believe in someone like that, to have people believe in an actual government that works for them, and to have people believe that there's actually leaders that want to work for them, that actually want to support them in the government, and that there's, solid leaders who actually are for the people, by the people, we the people, for we the people. And, like, that actual form of, like, evolutionary, whatever you want to call it, government, but, like, that actual form of government that, the leaders actually support the people, and that, the leaders want to work hard and want to be that amazing, successful being for the masses. And that's not a thing, I don't think there's anybody that falls into that category. I don't think there's anybody that, is in that category that, is on that podium or has that right to be that person who just is that example in an excellent sort of way. And, the thing is, and even if, okay, let's say that there was, why isn't there any major, there isn't any major publicity, because the thing is, they would be everywhere. They would be absolutely everywhere. There wouldn't be people trying to bring him down. There wouldn't be people trying to rag on him. There wouldn't be people or him or her. There wouldn't be people trying to bring them down. There would be none of that. It'd be the support. It'd be productivity. It'd be hype. It'd be an organism. It'd be a living organism of success. And there wouldn't be any bad mouthing or any finger pointing or anything like that. But, at the same time, like, it's not that I just want to be that guy. The thing is, I already know I am that guy. And the thing is, like, what's going to happen between now and then? Am I just going to believe in the continuous... And the thing is, like, it already started. Like, I was asleep. And it's funny, because I almost blame myself, but I don't blame myself, because I was sleeping. I deserve rest. But, see how hilarious I am? I work too hard. And so, like, I take advantage of this opportunity today, and so I'm like, I got this text to go to the comedy club, and I'm like, or not the comedy club, but, like, anyway, I don't know why I'm saying it out loud. It's invitation only, but whatever, I'm saying it out loud. Like, I actually want to think, like, if I'm this great leader, wouldn't I want to be around the masses? I wouldn't be afraid of them, obviously. So, like, I want to be around them. I want to be with them. It's cool. It's chill. Like, I want to be that greatness. I feel and I settle in and I rest in that greatness. I like comfortably settle into that great persona. It's hilarious because, like, who am I convincing? Anyway. And plus, everyone needs, like, a good laugh every now and again. Everyone needs like a good sort of break or freedom, like a good change of pace sort of thing. And it doesn't have to be drastic, but like that's healthy, And I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to going, even though I probably won't go, unfortunately. But, it's no biggie. I'm not going to get my hopes up about going, and I'm not going to get my hopes up about not going. But the thing is, like, no matter what happens, someone's going to know about it. And that's not what I really care to, like... Because, like, imagine I receive an invitation. Like, am I really going to be like... Oh, tap on someone's shoulder, do you want to go to this comedy club with me? Or do you want to go to the comedy show with me? And it's hilarious I'm actually broadcasting it. Oh gosh, I'm way too open. The thing is, I think I became open, and I don't think there's anything I can do about that. I don't think there's anything I can do about that. Anyway. Immortal Store. Dude. What a day. What a day. It's very cool that I was able to... Like, I actually, for some reason, believe in the dream abilities. And then say that could be an actual thing. But Immortal Store is just, whatever it is. It's got the things that allow the Immortal Store to be an interactive sort of, for lack of a better word, franchise to the industry of productivity and acceleration and growth, to the beings like me who will achieve greatness and pave the way for this renaissance and create lasting impressions on the planet, and we'll just create whatever. Forget that last part, lasting impressions. I don't see how I can be so calm, patient, and like perseverancy about the person I am in terms of like how I would take the steps forward in courage, freedom, liberty, and consistent. And I already know that, which is why I think there is respect for the veterans in that standpoint. But regardless, like I just keep wanting to like step forward, and it's not like I get like upset when I walk forward and meet a roadblock. It's just like there aren't necessarily roadblocks, and like it sounds so cliche, but things are put in your life for a reason. Things are put in my life for a reason. Things are put in life for a reason, and what might be perceived as a roadblock really isn't a roadblock. And the thing is, like, I've already made my own roadblocks in just this past 35 minutes. I said like, oh, I'm gonna go to the comedy show, but I don't want to do it because I don't want to be a leader, or I don't think there's leaders that want to be supported in the way that leaders for like the actual government should be supported. Like people don't go crazy for the leaders, even though I think actually people go crazy for Trump. Like people go crazy for their president. I go crazy for my president. It's one thing to like have an awesome president like Trump, but it's another thing to actually work for him and to have him as my commander in chief. And that's what I say. But I can't really see that. I can't really see that from my perspective as a president, because there are people who are willing to do the same thing for me. People, and I just say that. But anyway, like who I am, like I know there's a lot of connection with who I am, and I just have that as my foundation of like truth. Like I know that no matter what happens, there are people that are going to believe. It sounds kind of cocky, but there's people going to believe in me no matter what. But that's something I already said, So I'm saying it out loud just to remind myself for some reason that I'm the ability to be the veteran that's inspiring this type of people as the president, or even not as the president, or regardless. I'm outstanding, and I have this outstanding, worth ethic. And the thing is, like, I'm supported regardless, and I don't necessarily like fret, no pun intended, about how awesome I am, and like, even though I kind of do, but I don't really fret about how awesome I am in terms of like the steps I've taken, the steps I'm taking, and the steps I want to do, and the leaps into courage that I want to inspire myself to do, and then continuing to go down that path, or enter that path, or walk down that road, or whatever, straight and narrow, whatever, the pathway, walk down the path, walk down the road. Like I don't seem to have a sense of doubt in terms of my own greatness, in terms of, and the thing is, like, I double check with something I would call an old pastime. I double check with the bravery that I think I have within me already. But even those aspects of me aren't really aspects of me. And even the aspects of me that I think are aspects of me aren't necessarily aspects of me. And the things that I actually want to cling to, I don't necessarily cling to, or don't want to cling to, or don't even think I cling to. And I don't even, like, it's just so weird, dude. It's so weird. Like, I don't get jealous. I don't get just dismayed. I don't get angry. I don't get evil. I don't get like snooty. Maybe I get snobby, but I don't know if I get snooty. I don't know what snooty means actually, but I'm not like suffocating. I'm not toxic. So I just think that, I am the greatness that I wish to be, and that's not what this whole broadcast is about. Like, oh, I'm the greatness I want to be, and I'm super great. Like, there's so many things that, like, I can do, that I have done, that I will do, but at the same time, I want to keep an open mind, because there's no point in being closed-minded to a successful business. Like, imagine having a successful business and then being closed-minded to it. Like, that's not the type of mindset I have, no pun intended, and it's not the type of heart that I have. I have a really big heart, and my heart will probably continue to be big. I can't shrink it. I mean, I'm not even gonna say that I tried to shrink it or anything like that. Like, it's just the uniqueness of how it is. So, I'm probably gonna have another broadcast, but I'm gonna end this broadcast, or actually, I'm gonna have a little intermission, and then, well, I'll just I'm just gonna investigate something. I'm gonna stand up and walk. It's hilarious. Warnings. Just kidding. There's no warning. I don't need to give off warnings. Anyway, like, the thing is, like, if I were to be brave in terms of, like, instant action sort of thing, or in terms of, like, instant gratification or instant progress, like, I can pick up that pace regardless. But the thing is, like, is it me who says I'm not at the fast pace, or is it me who says I am that fast pace all the time? And I've just known that for so long, and I just am like a fast paced badass sort of thing. Well. So that was quite an intermission. I'm not sure how long the pause was, but it was probably pretty long. Pretty long pause. Echo, sort of thing. It seems like it's really effective, at least in terms of living animals that just make noise. No. I don't recommend people doing the echo. I don't recommend people echoing throughout the land. It's not a good idea. And I'm not just saying that. It's just that there's no reason to do it. Like I don't do it. Don't do it. Like I thought it would be fun. Like I said, it was so much fun. But I'm not even laughing. Like I don't even like think that's something that anybody should engage in. Like I would recommend that people don't engage in the echo. Is it fun? Is it skilled? Is it awesome? Like did I do it yesterday and try to do it again today with the echo? Yeah, sure, it's great. It's a really cool way to live. But is that something that like I really want to continuously partake in? Like, oh, I just wanna. Echo stuff throughout eternity. I mean, not throughout. That's not what it's about. I don't want to just echo like all the sort of signals and commands that are already echoed, like the uniqueness with music and that sound, how it just seems to echo throughout the universe, and why do I keep saying echo throughout the universe? Just echo throughout the country, or just through different states if people want to take part in the echo. And that's the thing. I don't think people want to take part in the echo. I'm not speaking for other people, but I'm just saying that like I feel like I almost just like ruin the fun when I try and speak for other people. But at the same time, I could speak for other people, but that's not what I want to do. And the thing is, like, it's so cool having a clear head and like not being jealous and not being envious and not having greed and not having hatred or lust or anything like that, not having anger, not having evil, not having corruption, not having any of those things, but having the opposites, having joy, having bliss, having creativity, having uniqueness in the individual. And that's what's so inspiring about echoing through, or at least my, I don't know what to call it, but my, it sounds cliche, but my ninja way, that's my ninja way of like, and it's not a ninja thing, it's not oh gosh, the puns are ridiculously, I swear I'm not trying to be funny, and these phrases that I'm trying to say, I kid you not, like it's not like ninja way as in like ninja, but it's like that's my ninja way as in like seeing, hearing, responding, listening. That's something that I practiced the other day just to have like fun with, see how I could shine in the moment, and then just kind of my own discovery, like, well, I was talking about comedy and maybe I shouldn't have talked about it, but and then I get a text message for comedy, and it's like, what, am I just answering the same type of echoes sort of thing, and it's hilarious, because I already said this. What? The thing is, like, I already said that I can hear everything. Like, is there anything that escapes me? My hearing, at least. And anyway, I'm not saying that I have, like, superhuman hearing and that, like, I rely on my superhuman hearing and then, like, I'm just trying to hear everything and, like, get into everybody's business and, like, just trying to listen to everything. It's just, like, originally, it was the joy of the loudness, the joy of the, just like the sonic power, the sonic energy, the sonic radiance that comes from it sounds so cliche, but that comes from within. The sonic power that comes from within, from like that inspiring of like, here's music, here's like the inspiration of the music behind it, and then here's like the portrayal of that excellence. And it's not like I don't feel the absolute pressure on my heart of just like heart pumping. Heart pumping energy exusion. You know? I say but it really just confuses people. That's why I say so much. Because I'm like, oh, oh, right, I do know. You have no power. You have no individual power. I'm taking all your power and giving it away to someone else. That's kind of like what people hear, I think, when I say because they just automatically assume that, like, oh, I said so that means that But I also say things like, and it doesn't necessarily mean like. It's just a filler word that Californians use. And, it's like the word hella that Northern Californians use. Even they probably don't even use the word hella, but like it's almost like a filler word. I don't understand it because I'm Southern California. That's funny. I think it's funny. I think it's actually hilarious. Oh gosh, I think it's actually hilarious. But anyway, it's a filler word. Where was I getting with that? Where was I going with that? Anyway, I just sense like a sense of like greatness and purpose in terms of like how much fun it is to be me, how much fun it is to be limitless, and how much fun it is to be a leader and an individual, And the thing is, like, what's wrong with being an individual? What's wrong with being who you want to become? And there's nothing wrong with it, People, I say people, because I keep saying, like, people have, like, the ability to, like, I think that's also a Californian thing. Like the examples that I habitually give, like, when I say, like, or when I say, like, people do this sort of thing. Like, it's not even saying that people do that sort of thing, but the thing is, like, people do things. People are just going to take action, and people are just going to do things anyway. And the thing is, like, am I responsible for the actions that other people take? Am I responsible? And I don't even know what I'm talking about. Anyway. I think that being that individual that, everybody looks up to, that is just perfect, that being that individual that's actually a leader for the government and actually wants to do good things for others, I think that that's an honorable thing, that's a trustworthy thing, that's a good thing. I think that's something that would inspire people, in my opinion. I think that's something that would encourage people to do greatness, in my opinion. I think it would encourage unity, in my opinion, but, it just seems like life, sounds cliche if I were to say life is abundant, but I almost want to say life gives what it wants to you. Like life gives you wisdom. I'm not saying that like I have all the wisdom in the world, but like I just don't see how, I don't even know how to say it. I just don't see how I don't see how I don't see how I don't see how people can manifest a reality that's for them if they don't actually believe in themselves. How can someone? I'm not. And the thing is, like, I wanna harp on the greatness that I have within myself, sort of thing. Like, I want to harp on the greatness that I personify, that I portray, that I exemplified, and that the excellence that I portray. I want to be the excellence of the I almost want to say the flow of excellence, but I want to be the inner mastery of the personification of personality. Personality. Innuendo, or personality. Rhythm. There we go. Personality, like makeup, like personality personification, or personality suit, sort of thing, like a suit of personality or something like that. It seems silly, but at the same time, nothing is silly, nothing is stupid. And I say nothing is stupid because I watched Matt Kahn's Love for All video a while ago. And I was like, oh, nothing is stupid. Everything helps everything. And it's just like all those things. I was like, oh, that's a good mantra. I'm just going to believe that. And that's kind of what I did in terms of like, how can I incorporate love into my... Well, at the time I was super into high vibrations, and so I'm not going to get into that. But the thing is, like, when it comes to, like, leadership, and when it comes to, like, adventure, and when it comes to being a leader, and when it comes to being a leader for the country. It's kind of bizarre. Or being a leader for anyone. When it comes to being like a leader of, I don't know, greatness. When it comes to being a leader of, I don't know, potential. When it comes to being a leader of the highest potential, I mean, of course, leaders are going to reach for the highest potential. When it comes to the tenacity of self-discovery, or when it comes to the tenacity of being that great leader that everyone supports, or when it comes to even just the example, or just when it comes to just the hypothetical situation, or the hypothetical of, oh gosh, that's so ridiculous. with a hypothetical of I'm remembering Boy Scouts and skits, stuff like that. Hypothetical calculating, no pun intended. But when it comes to the hypothetical, when it comes to the hypothetical truth of the fact that there is like the masses wanting to support the leader that will support the masses, sort of thing. Or when it comes to like when people, or when it comes to the self-discovery of like what I want to create or what I want to, and I say create because I think this planet's all about creating. But anyway, that's also biased in my opinion. When it comes to like what I want to do, what I want to manifest, what I want to take part in, when it comes to like what I want to do as a leader, as a, not even as a leader, but just as a, figurehead, as a, when it comes to being someone who wants to be a vessel of wisdom, or when it comes to someone wanting to be a being reaching for the highest potential, or when it comes to being a leader's not a good word. When it comes to being a trailblazer, when it comes to being a trailblazer, when it comes to being a when it comes to being a revolutionary, or when it comes to being a sounds so cliche, but when it comes to being a poet, when it comes to being that sounds so cliche, but when it comes to being a missionary, or like when it comes to being I don't know the word. When it comes to being a nomad, there we go. When it comes to being a nomad, or adventure, what's the word? When it comes to being a what is that? Indiana Jones, trailblazer archaeologist. When it comes to being a trailblazing archaeologist, because I don't think there's a word for it. Like whoever Indiana Jones is, like a hunter for artifacts or like adventure and amidst danger, sort of thing. Not that that's like a thing that like, no I'll just make up a name. What is a trailblazing archaeologist? A nomadic being? No. Gypsy. No. Oh, I don't know the name of it. But when it comes to being like a trailblazing archaeologist or something like that, or like the tenacity of a trailblazing archaeologist, it just seems like I'm not sure how to say it, but like when it comes to like a trailblazing archaeologist, it just seems like that evolution is like the most important thing, and the most powerful thing, and the most like amazing thing that can be, sort of thing. Because in a way, it's in alignment with leadership. I mean, well, the thing is, like, when it comes to leadership, is there a leader? When it comes to business, is there a businessman? When it comes to radio broadcast host, is there a broadcaster? When it comes to when it comes to when it comes to like management, restaurant management, it would seem like there'd be the best form of service. Or when it comes to service, like waitressing, it would seem like there would normally be the best type of service, best type of waiting tables and stuff like that. Or when it comes to whatever people want. I think people, no matter what people say, I think people, no matter what I say, people are always going to have their preconceptions. People are always going to have their conceptions. People are always going to have their own ideologies, and people are always going to have their whatever people have. And the thing is, like, when it comes to oh man, I actually forgot what I was going to say. But when it comes to just the overall advocation of like the excellence that can be portrayed in trailblazing, it seems that like that's the best reality that can be paved at the moment when it comes to what exists from within the individual, just like the own inner potential within the individual. It seems like when it comes to bravery, or when it comes to trailblazing, or when it comes to leadership, or when it comes to discipline. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. When it comes to discipline, well, I think that's the solution I'm looking for. When it comes to discipline, Actually, I'm not sure what to say, but I think I want to say, like, when it comes to discipline, it's important to be disciplined in every aspect of entrepreneurship, business, athletics, and leadership. When it comes to it sounds cliche, but when it comes to the Tantian, or when it comes to it's even more cliche. When it comes to the chakras that's within us, like the first, second chakra, third chakra, fourth chakra, but more importantly, the third chakra. When it comes to when it comes to when it comes to life, or when it comes to leadership, or when it comes to evolution, or when it comes to progress. Actually, here we go. It's when it comes to perception, and then when it comes to preconception, or when it comes to assuming, or when it comes to when it comes to vigilance, or when it comes to leadership, or when it comes to, what's the word I'm looking for? When it comes to creativity, or when it comes to when it comes to leadership, it just seems like the best form of action is just paving the way, just leading. When it comes to leading by example, it just seems that leadership is, when it comes to when it comes to when it comes to when it comes to nature, I guess that's probably the most appropriate thing to say. Or when it comes to balance, there we go. When it comes to balance, it just seems like the most productive sort of solution because there's always solutions. It seems that the most productive solution is the frontier. When it comes to the frontier, when it comes to the frontier, when it comes to the frontier, or the front lines, when it comes to the frontier, the front lines, when it comes to the front lines sort of thing, or when it comes to the frontier, the when it comes to the frontier, when it comes to the frontier, the personification of excellence, or the personification of worth ethic, or the personification of, I keep saying leadership, but the personification of leadership is present at the frontier, at the front lines. When it comes to it's so cliche, but what is that quote? When it comes to the viciousness of good. Hold on, I'm going to the plane classes. When it comes to 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 potential, that's something that just seems to be present in the frontier. When it comes to awareness, or when it comes to the when it comes to the frontier, or when it comes to when it comes to the 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 when it comes to when it comes to the 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 viscosity of bravery, or when it comes to the newness of life, or when it comes to the bravery of newness, or when it comes to the 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 potential, or when it comes to the 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 passion, when it comes to the 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 possession, when it comes to the 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 law of action, when it comes to the 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 greatness, or when it comes to the enjoyment of fun in terms of potential possession, when it comes to the 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 when it comes to 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 the 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 when it comes to when it comes to the when it comes to the when it comes to when it comes to the 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 potential that exists in art form, perhaps, or in artistry, or in painting, or in construction, or in architecture, or in multi-architecture, or in the fourfold projects, or in Miko Surface Oasis, or in when it comes to directorships, or 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 when it comes to when it comes to when it comes to the when it comes to the when it comes to when it comes to the when it comes to when it comes to the when it comes to when it comes to the when it comes to the when it comes to the when it comes to 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 the 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 when it comes to when it comes to the when it comes to when it comes to the 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 excellence of when it comes to the when it comes to the consideration of, or when it comes to the discovery of, when it comes to the overall greatness of, when it comes to the majesty of, when it comes to the significance of, or when it comes to the when it comes to the sophistication of, when it comes to the 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 aspect of culture, when it comes to the aspect of entertainment, the whole, in a way, not to say that's all about the bigger picture, but it seems like there's a lot of like bigger picture intuition sort of desires, goals, and reachings that exist in the playing field of what people want discovery to be. And it's interesting, like, I'm not speaking for people, and I'm not judging people. Like, I just know for a fact that, for some reason, I am constantly perfect, and I'm constantly, always right, and I'm constantly always unique, constantly constantly always, constantly always chic, or not chic, constantly always shiny, or constantly always, constantly always, constantly always, constantly always truth, constantly always unstoppable. And the thing is, like, I'm able to do, 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 I'm able to, I'm able to do many great things. I'm able to do many great, I'm able to do many great, I'm able to do many great, I'm able to be, I'm able to, 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 do great missions. I'm able to do great accomplishments. I'm able to do things that people have never done before. And I can do them by myself. I can accomplish anything by myself. And the thing is, like, I win. You know, it's my victory. And even if, for some reason, I believe it's not a victory, which would mean I had to convince myself it's not a victory. If I had to convince myself that, if I had to convince myself that it's not a victory, or if I had to convince myself that it's, if I had to convince myself that it is what it is, or, you know, things don't have any purpose, or if I were to just believe in some, if I were to believe in just 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 some, just some, just some, just some, just some, just some, if I were to believe in 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 just some belief, if I were to believe in just some belief that I made up, like on the spot, or like just made up in general, like if I were to believe in a belief that I just made up in general, and then say that belief is truth just because I believe in the belief, do you think that would make any sense? That's obviously a rhetorical question, but obviously, it seems really obvious to me that my I keep saying infinite wisdom, but that my wisdom seems true, and that I am just perfect in every way. I am just amazing. I am just incredible in every way. I'm just 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 uniquely involved in I'm just uniquely dedicated. I'm just uniquely committed. No, that's not the right word. I'm just uniquely, yeah, I'm uniquely committed. I am just uniquely connected. I'm just uniquely leading this unique sort of entrepreneurship that I am the founder of. The founder of this entrepreneurship. The founder of the uniqueness of creativity, the founder of the uniqueness of entrepreneurship, just in the new age, or however it's perceived. What's amazing is that perception won't change, and it's unfortunate, perception won't change. And if people, and I say like people, but anyway, not people. If individuals, or if oh well, all I know is that for some reason, like, I'm unique and unstoppable, and that I'm just totally creative in the most spectacular way. And it seems that like I'm only focused. It seems that I'm only focused on. It seems like I'm only focused on. It seems like. It just seems like. It just seems like. It just seems like. It seems like there's more. It just seems like there's more. It just seems like there's more. It just seems like there's more. More. It just seems like there's more. It just seems like there's more. It just seems like there's more life, more truth behind the life. I think it just seems like there's more. just seems like there's more. It just seems like there's more peace on earth. It just seems like there's more order. It seems like there's more. 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 Seems like there's more. It seems like there's more. More. Seems like there's more. There's more. It seems like 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 there's more. There's more. It seems like 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 there's more sound. It just seems like there's just more discovery of self-discovery. You know, it just seems like I have all this power within me, and no one can take that away from me. And the thing is, like, I want to say, like, oh, there's things taking it away from me. There's things taking away my life. There's things taking away my goals. What in the world? Why is this here? There's things taking away my goals. There's things taking away my missions. There's things taken away. Like, life isn't fair. I gotta blame everybody. And you know, what's so funny is people will believe that. You know why they believe that? Because 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 of 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 because 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 of because of because of because of oh because of because of because of because of oh because of because of because of freedom, because of butterflies, because of transformation, because of transformation. Oh, transformation. It's weird. Every time I see a butterfly, I think of transformation. For some reason. But anyway, because of because of because of because because of because of the desire to connect with no one at all, which is a lie, which is very interesting. In a way, like, it's a very unique thing, a very unique way to express, like, this show, this broadcast, in the unique way that's presented in, like, the hold on one second. In the uniqueness of saying that, like, for some reason, like, and I'm making up the reason, or I'm not making up the reason. Like, for some reason, I'm just saying, like, I agree with everything that happens, you know? Like, whatever happens, like, I agree with it. And it's like, I'm just, like, agreeing to... 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 I'm just agreeing to... I'm just agreeing to... 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 It's... The thing is, like, I'm not agreeing to anything, but it's like I'm agreeing to something. But I gotta be agreeing to something. Like, I gotta say that I'm agreeing to something. And I'm agreeing to be with myself. But it's like the choice that they make, which is very strange. I can't make choices for other people, but, like, people make choices for some reason. For anyway, what does that even mean? For anyway, 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 for 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 the uniqueness of uniqueness, for the uniqueness of uniqueness, for the uniqueness of uniqueness, for the uniqueness of uniqueness. What does that even mean, for the uniqueness of uniqueness? Anyway, it just seems like there's lots of life and lots of things going on and lots of life and lots of interesting places that people want me to go and things that people want me to see and habits that people want me to build and creations that people want me to develop and perceptions that people want me to have and ideas that people want me to administer to and teachings that they want me to teach and learnings that they want me to learn and discoveries that they want me to discover and clothings that they want me to clothe, and then just the overall excellence of the attitude of just like affirming attitude, which is really interesting. Anyway, here's your host, Christopher Marcus Bowen, on this morning edition of the Christopher Bowen Show. Xylem Land will just continue to be awesome and unique in its way that it is. Perhaps Xylem Land will not be as useful as I think it is. Perhaps, I'll just make something else. Probably make another land. Rockland? Rockland. I think that's a good name. Or Landscape Land. Landscape Land. Hillland. Hillland. There we go. Hillland. Alright. So with lots of love, this is your host, Christopher Marcus Bowen. I don't know why I say lots of love, but with lots of love... Actually, I don't know why I say lots of love. Lots of love, lots of love, lots of love, lots of love. That probably is true, lots of love. Lots of love. Anyway. This is your host, Christopher Marcus Bowen, on this this morning edition of the Christopher Bowen Show. I usually have some sort of outro.